Yo, testing, testing. Oh man, what up? What up? What up? What up? Nobody's here as usual. What's up, people? Who we got on here? How y'all doing? How are you guys? Glad to be here. I took my ass out, watched me a matinee before I go to the gym in a minute. Ah, just want to check on y'all, man. See what y'all up to. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's up here. Let's see. Bama Show, what's up? What's up? It was some bullshit. You saw it, JC? JC Camper? I'm gonna kind of get into it because I don't think it was as bad as I thought that. And I'm being objective. I could tell it had some feminist. It was written by from a feminist point of view, and some of the comments that were made, some of the stuff that was said. I kind of when I watch a movie or watch a flick, I always look at okay, nothing is said in that script that was a mistake. So some of the stuff that they say is just outright disrespectful to men. Uh, late agenda. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I think it's pretty clear that they were kind of throwing some bullshit at brothers in a sense. So I'm gonna give you guys a few seconds before I start talking about the actual plot, different points. If you saw the film and you want to kind of, oops, if you saw the film and you really don't want to have any spoilers, don't come on here. Uh, so I'm gonna say it again because I don't want anybody to be like, "Damn, man, you ruined it for me." So if you want to see this movie, yeah, I know it was written by a stud, so I'm gonna kind of get into that. Not gonna go into the LGBT stuff, really not. Not we're not on this video, and I won't be going into the alphabet stuff for a minute till probably next month when I really can light into it for real. Right now, I can't say nothing, so I'm gonna kind of. You want to hear that? Go to Sub Zero 3639 Live. That's the channel where if you want me to, when I go ask me, I go live on there and go live and talk about it for real. You know what I'm saying? On this one, I'm not gonna really go there too tough. I just think, and I'm trying to give you guys a little time before I just go in and start talking about the film, because I'm gonna kind of go through the plot. I'm gonna talk about what it was about. Uh, did that post? No, I hadn't posted the classroom last night yet. Just walk back in the door. I'll get to it. But if you guys want to, take your time and not talk about certain subjects or whatever, let me know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to lean into it or lean in on it a little bit, and see what we got. So let's see if I can click this and make this damn thing play some volume. But anyway, I just I'm give you guys a few more seconds before I start talking about it again. All right. Uh, so let me say this, guys. Here it is right here. Connected. So now I'm connected. Now we got a little volume for the laptop. But let me say this, man. So I watched the movie, right? The movie is actually the way it started off was cool. I think that the casting was great. In the sense that, let me say this because I know y'all gonna eat me alive. They did a good job. The actors did do a good job. I'm not gonna hate on them just because they're not ADOS. I think that you could have found an ADOS actor or an actress to play these roles, but of course, we know who we're dealing with. There's an agenda, so they don't want to. They want to kind of minimize ADOS actors and actresses because they're a little bit more rowdy. They make statements. Look at Gabrielle Union. You know what I'm saying? Who I'm not a big fan of, but she will make some fuss. ADOS people will fight a little bit. None ADOS people don't really say much. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I kind of think that's it with this whole thing. Anyway, it starts out as pretty cool. They go, you know, he's met her on kind of like Tinder or something like that. They go on a date, first date. They're riding in the car. She's a lawyer, and they get pulled over. When they get pulled over, the cop is racist, so he just escalating the situation at every turn, getting him out the car, pulling his gun out, just being a straight asshole, right? Which is I've seen cops pull their guns out for nothing. Like I've seen it, right? And the brother, like he was about to, you know, he was scared. He begging for his life. The girl is the one getting out upset and unruly. The brother's kind of scared the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Um, the brother almost seemed like he was scared. The girl was the one that was kind of, you know, I know this little shit like that, little subliminal shit. You know what I'm saying? It was the black woman that had the heart. You know what I'm saying? So she gets out the car when he pulls the gun on the brother, and that's when all the shit starts to escalating. You know what I'm saying? She says, "I'm about to pull my camera out. I'm about to record this. This is unfair." And that, which I would have probably had my camera out in the damn car. That's just me. But anyway, um, she gets out. Obviously, the cop shoots her. I'll tell you guys, you're gonna get some spoilers. So he shoots her, and when he shoots her, the brother grabs him. They start tussling. The cop is whooping his ass. You know, like I said, he looked like kind of fucked up in this movie. I'm just being straight up. Cop whooping his ass. Then somehow he kind of gets loose and gets to the gun, turns around and shoots the cop. The cop dies. Next thing you know, they running. Right now, from this point on in the movie, all throughout, it just seems like even when he got like they were running it, every time they made a decision, it was the girl that was making the decisions. It was the girl that was thinking on her feet. It was the girl that it was because I don't even think her name is Queen. I don't know what she is. But it was her. She was the one making the decision. And it just I didn't like that shit. It just looked like the dude, like even when they first did it, the girl was like, look, if you call the cops, they're gonna track your phone, they're gonna which anybody know they'll track your damn phone. That's kind of common sense. Everybody know that shit. And who doesn't know that cops track phones, right? So he's trying, "All right, let me go call my dad." So, you know, even they had a scene where he chose to call his dad and the cop sitting there tracing it, and the dad just hung up because the dad didn't want to get him called. But my thing is this, like, dude, you knew not to call your damn house. You everybody know that shit. Especially after a couple of days. You shot a cop. They're gonna use every resource possible to catch your ass. So if you seen that shit on TV, you better believe they doing that shit for your ass. You know what I'm saying? It was just a few times where they did a lot of dumb shit like going dancing and even when they went dancing, the way I kind of looked at it when they was doing the shit with the dancing, they were like, if I'm from those parts, because he said we got an hour away from Georgia or something. He said, so I'm like, okay, you probably around somewhere around Montgomery, Selma, a couple hours. He said Selma. So I'm thinking your ass is in Selma, your ass in Brundage, some damn around Troy. You trying to take the back roads. You know what I'm saying? So you around my parts, my people. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm 50 miles away from your ass, probably running through Union Springs or some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what Dr. John Henry Clark from. So I'm sitting and I'm listening or looking at what they're saying and the people and the culture, and they showing brothers with cowboy hats. I'm like, niggas don't wear no damn cowboy hats. We don't wear no damn We don't do that shit. I can count on. I mean, black folks in the South don't wear cowboy hats like that. Just so you know. So I can tell this was like somebody that's not from Alabama that was making a movie. It was, I don't know, like the scene where they hit the dad. They had a scene where they hit this little boy's dad, and the dad started cussing at the boy, calling his mama a hoe. And I got mad bitches. You know, it was supposed to be comedic, but you know, me understanding that the actor and actress in this movie that are that actually act as the protagonists in this movie are kind of they're not. It doesn't really say if they're ADOS or not, right? It doesn't really say that. So what gets me is like when they show African Americans, it kind of shows us Because I noticed throughout the whole film, anybody that was of African American, ADOS descent was almost like damn near coonish and buffoonish. It really was. There was a little boy whose dad was a mechanic. Even the mechanic, like there was a mechanic that helped them fix the car, and the mechanic was like a I don't think it's good what y'all did. I thought that was stupid. And they didn't really go into it. It was almost like the one guy we probably figured was an African American that was the mechanic, and they kind of made him out to be almost, dare I say, like on the police side, on the side of the police. The white couple that they had in there, they were kind of like down. They went to jail and looked out for him. I'm just looking at it, the white couple was friends of her uncle, who was Bokeem Woodbine from the movie Strapped. I don't know if y'all remember Strapped and Caught Up, and Jason's Lyric, the brother from Jason's Lyric. Anyway, somebody from Alabama probably wrote it. Oh, you throwing shade. I see you. I see you talking shit. That's how ADOS are, seeing strong women. Hey, John, you throwing some shade, ain't you? You coming at us country boys. I'm from Alabama. We ain't like that. I'm from Alabama. You want to ask some things culturally? Put it in the chat. I'll answer it for you. I speak up for my people. I don't let nobody shitting on Alabama now. You ain't gonna shit on us country boys. You know what I'm saying? Florida uncles wear cowboy hats. I'm not saying that I've never seen it, but that shit is rare. Like, rarely will you see somebody in Alabama with a cowboy hat on that's black. You rarely see white people with cowboy hats on. You really don't see that that often. There are places where we can go to buy them, and you see people wearing cowboy boots and spurs and stuff, but that's not really the culture of African Americans in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Bama Show. They ain't how we get out. Mobile, that's not how we got. I know y'all think we all, dip snuff and talk like this and talk real country, and we're real southern and country, but we don't talk like this. That's not us, dude. We ain't like that, man. We country, but we ain't that damn country. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more accurate, if you will. That's it. So they was basically traveling they went down to New Orleans, then they went from New Orleans. Now, this is my thinking, guys. If I get to some water, I'm gonna get on a boat and I'm just gonna go straight to Cuba that way. I'm not gonna try to drive all the way through the states taking risks. I'm just not gonna do that shit. If anything, the uncle gave you $3,000, you go get somebody, get you a damn boat some kind of way. I try to make that bitch myself on the water by myself, just me and her. Take some food and rent. Tell somebody, hey man, I give you X amount of thousand. I give you $3,000. Take me to Cuba. Take me, because I would have took that risk. Because you obviously had thousands of dollars, because the uncle gave you that. You're gonna try to drive all the way from Florida. When they tried to, I thought that was whack when they tried to drive all the way to Florida like that. I don't know why my damn headphones be turning off like that, but I just thought that was whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, you gonna drive all the way to Florida. You know what I'm saying? I just thought that was crazy. So, that being said, what other scenes can I look at and see? There was a scene where when they went down to the uncle, and the uncle had like damn near like a, what do I call it? I don't know if it was a transvestite or it was a very, how should I put this, androgynous female. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, because I didn't even notice it until Tariq said it. When I listened to Tariq said it, then when I watched it, I was like, is that a woman or a man? I couldn't tell. And he ended up fighting and going back and forth with this other chick and stuff. It was a trip, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I say, the one guy that was on their side was her uncle. Her uncle was on her side. The white people was on her side. And then at the end, and when I say white people, her uncle owed her, because they had a plot where the uncle just killed his auntie, her mother, pushed her down some stairs, right? So it's like, damn, every black man in this damn thing is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And so when I watched it, I just thought it was kind of fucked up how they kind of depicted it. Take in mind, like when you watch these movies, it's almost like he was, even when they got down to the uncle and the uncle was talking to her and the dude, because I don't even know what their real names were, Queen and Slim, right? So when the uncle was talking to them, when they got down to Mobile, the uncle was like, "Okay, she in charge," and he was like, "Where you get that from?" And even when every time they ate, he ate as though, because it was almost like they made him, whenever they showed a scene where he was eating some food, he was eating like a slave, like a runaway slave. He was just down, just no manners, just putting his face down in the food. Just, I'm like, damn, why this nigga eating like this? Everybody looking at him weird and making faces and shit. Why was that? Because I think it was made to belittle. See, you got little bitty subtle shit that they do with the black man, the black character in the film, kind of spoke to certain volume. There was a scene where he went inside a gas station to get some gas, right? First of all, this is what I thought was stupid. They stop a guy, come to find out he's a sheriff. They're in Kentucky, right? This dude goes to a gas station, and when they find out he's a sheriff, they get scared. He hears it on his walkie-talkie on his hip, but he was supposed to be off duty, but he always wears his walkie-talkie, right, on an off-duty day, which I'm not surprised. Cops do shit like that. Cops are on duty 24 hours a day. I seen cops draw guns on motherfuckers at a kid softball game on his off day. Like, they do shit like that. They out there refereeing the game with their badge on their hip. Like, that's how I can't stand cops. Can't stand them. Especially black cops that get so immersed into being a cop that they do that shit 24 hours a day. They running tags on motherfuckers that's at their house to drop off pizza. Like, that type of shit. Right? Anyway, so they stop the sheriff. I mean, the sheriff gets them in the truck. They ride to the gas station. The sheriff is in there. He figures out who they are. But one of the most fucked up things that kind of made the male character look stupid, he gets out the car. Now, he's in the passenger side. He gets out the car and walks around to the driver's side, which the driver's side is facing the door of the gas station. So he's pacing back and forth the whole time, just pacing. The girl has to tell him, the girl is like, stop pacing. She tells him, he keeps pacing. And I'm sitting like, what type of nigga is this that's going to get out, walk around? The dude goes in the gas station. If he isn't guilty, he's going to say you're guilty. Secondly, when they was riding in the car, he said some shit like, oh shit, like that when he saw the badge. And the guy was like, hey, what's up? I didn't know you were a cop. Like, this is literally how they wrote it. I was like, oh my God, did he just say I didn't know you were a cop? Because the dude was like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. You said, oh shit, what? Damn, man, I forgot something. Something. But you're not going to say I didn't know you were a cop. But that's what he said. He was like, hey man, you kind of twitchy. Yeah, man, I'm just nervous, man. Some shit he said. I was like, man, where did they get this shit? Who wrote this? Because I'm not saying that I'm a killer like that and I'm just a professional killer and shit like that. But certain shit this dude did in this movie, I thought was tremendously stupid. I'm gonna tell you something. If you're on the run from the police, the first time I get to some water, a big, large ocean, I'm getting the fuck in a boat and getting the fuck up out of there. You got way better chances of getting in a boat and traveling. Where the fuck you got to go? You can pay somebody $2,000-$3,000. Like, hey man, what you doing this week? Then, hey man, you got a boat? I'll give you $3,000, man. Take me to Cuba. Drop me off. That's some shit you might could do. You might have to worry about the Coast Guard, but shit, I don't think the Coast Guard looking for your ass like the police is. The police are. You know what I'm saying? Another thing, when a motherfucker shoots a cop and is on the run, I don't think that shit makes. If you shoot a cop in Ohio, I don't think they're gonna be looking for your ass in Florida. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong. They may do a nationwide manhunt, but when they do a nationwide manhunt, it's for some real big shit. Cops get shot. You get people that shoot cops all the time. There was a dude that shot cops in Montgomery, and his ass was missing for about a week. They didn't know where he was. He shot a cop, and it was big, but I don't think motherfuckers in Florida knew that they shot a cop in Montgomery, Alabama. You get what I'm saying? Or people in Tennessee. Everywhere they went, everybody knew who they were. Everybody did. And that was, but what I kind of thought was fucked up at the end was, and I kind of ruined it for you guys. So, like I said, I told you should have been watching this if you didn't want any spoilers. But what I thought was fucked up at the end, the dude that helped him at the end, supposed to help him, was the friend of, so Bokeem Woodbine had been to Iraq. He knew an older white guy whose life he had saved. So the older white guy helped him. And then when they were trying to escape, well, the older white guy, the cops came to his house soon as he got there. And but he kind of his house had a bunch of that's the scene in the trailer where you see him kind of laying under the floor. That's his house. And so he goes to jail and doesn't snitch, right? They get out the next morning, jump down in the car, drive down. So when they getting ready to leave the car, a black cop catches them, but he lets them go. That's in the trailer too, right? So when he lets them go, they get down to Florida. Now they done dodged all these damn bullets, right? They finally fall asleep on the road, right? And they're talking about legacy and by then they're like, I guess, national heroes to a lot of black people. Because if somebody shoots a cop and it's a couple, and then they release the video footage, and he basically trying to save her life, so they kind of make black people they would become social media darlings in a second if we see some shit like that. And so you can imagine every time they ran into black people in the movie, like in Alabama, black folks was putting the fists up to them. Like they had the scene in the trailer where the guy was like power to the people holding the fists up. It is what it is. So, which I kind of can see some shit like that happening where black people in America would really kind of embrace, uh, the whole idea of a couple where the guy's trying to save his woman, which is some shit April Mason says never happens. I can see some shit like that happening. Kind of, and if the brother shot the cop, I could see something like that happening because he already scared for his life. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with the police. And so the thing is, guys, I guess the whole thing was on camera too, but this is the cop. The most fucked up thing about it, the cop that they shot had actually killed somebody 2 years prior that was walking his kids to school on some innocent shit. Uh, there was a scene that I didn't like where I told you guys about the mechanic, right? And so the mechanic had a son, and I'm telling you this shit in bits and pieces. But the mechanic had a son, and his son looked up to them. So the dad is fixing their car. I thought the dad was gonna snitch. I really did when they went on the walk, but he didn't. Right, and that's the thing. Like, if you do some shit like that, and I find out about you, you the shot a cop. I hate to say, I'm not telling. That's some shit I'm not gonna snitch on. I wouldn't snitch on some shit like that just out of GP. If you shot a cop, I'm not snitching. That's just how I am. If I catch your ass and I'm not saying I'm gonna be a participant on public. I'm not gonna go public and say that shit. But I wouldn't be calling no police on them. I'll just be like, hey, if I see you, I ain't saying shit. Just go. Well, I'm just sitting in they come in my house, knock on the door, like, what you like, no, man, shit, I ain't see shit. I've been in the house. You ain't coming in my house, because then you incriminate me and mine. You see what I'm saying? But if I could in any way help that person, I would. But at the end of the day, what happened? The mechanic was fixing the car, and his son was talking to him. He's like, "Man, you guys are legends." And let me tell you something that they had a scene where that was kind of fucked up. Was the male character, which I'm gonna call him Slim, even though he wasn't called Slim. The male character, Slim, had a statement in there where they was riding in the car, and the girl was like, "I want somebody to love me that's gonna do this and stuff like that." And so they asked Queen that, and then she asked him, and he was like, "Well, my life ain't gonna really amount to much, but as long as my woman remembers me." And I'm like, well, how the fuck? Why does your life not have to amount to much? That was some shit I kind of thought was kind of written almost a dig, if you will. Like, it does that. I don't know why. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, I'm back. So every once in a while, it has a dig on it or something like that, where it kind of. I just thought that was fucked up when they said that. When he said, "My life ain't gonna amount to much." I'm like, why is your life not gonna amount to much? Why are you as a black man gotta feel like you gotta be relegated to being a fucking scrub? Like, that's basically what he was basically saying. I'm gonna be a scrub, but hey, as long as my woman remembers me, I'm good with that. You know. And it was sad at the end, you know what I'm saying? So you can kind of know what's gonna happen if I say it's sad, right? Um, but what's fucked up about it, they get all the way to the end, and it's a dude that was friends of the white couple that was friends of her uncle who fought in Iraq. All these people fought in Iraq, all of them, right? And so he riding the black dude. He comes up to him with a gun, right? He knew who they were. It was $500,000 for both of them as a bounty for both of them, right? So what he does is, of course, he calls the police, right? but you don't know it. And he tells him, "Hey man, I'm finna set this shit up, and so I'm gonna ride them." He don't tell him. He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna ride y'all to my homeboy who got a plane. He gonna fly y'all to Cuba, right?" So when they ride up, ain't nobody around. But in the movie, I'm just staring in the background of the movie while they riding and talking. I'm looking behind them. I'm looking like this shit ain't right. You know what I'm saying? And it was just that you had to literally trust these people. You know what I'm saying? And you couldn't trust them. And so you go up, he goes up, he lets them out the car, and then he drives off. Soon as he drive off, I see them riding. As they're talking, you can see the police cars pulling in the back. Oh shit, you know. So they smiling like they about to get on the plane, and then they got their ass. You know what I'm saying? They pull up, freeze, don't move. You know, so of course they start saying they pleasantries about how much they would love each other. And there was a scene where he had told her he wanted a woman that's gonna hold his hand and be with him forever, love him forever. So she said, "Well, I will be that." You know, she's saying some shit. It's all tear jerking. I ain't gonna lie, it affected me. I got a little emotional watching the shit, right? So then she was like, do you want a legacy or something?" He said, "Do you think something about a legacy?" He's like, "Well, you already are my legacy." Soon as he says that, this white bitch pulls the trigger, shoots him, bam, shot her for nothing. The girl is talking, not even looking. She ain't got no, gun on her, nothing, right? So when she down, she dies instantly. He leans over, he grabs her, he about to cry. And I ain't gonna lie, that whole movie, that dude eyes is bloodshot red. Somebody need to check his blood pressure because that dude probably got high blood pressure out this world. He need to get his blood pressure checked. Plus his body, if you look at the jogging suit, he looked like he got a lot of flat. He's skinny fat. You could tell. Like he got breasts. You could tell he need to probably work on his body because that brother gonna have some problems with his body. I could tell. Anyway, he's leaning over, he's crying in. So now this is the most fucked up part. He picks her body up. She's limp, right? He's walking with her in his hand. Now, obviously, if you carrying a woman who's at least 130, 140 pounds, you are not going to pull a gun out and shoot the cops. Needless to say, the cops lit his ass up. He took about 6, 7 steps. He wasn't listening. They hit him up. He just jerking. So he fall out. They both dead, right? That's the end of the movie. But it was a good. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was entertained. I liked the movie. I thought it was a good movie, even though I knew they was taking jabs. I mean, it still was a good movie. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm not gonna just say it was. I'm not so super woke that I can't go and watch a movie and still get some entertainment out of it, even though it was a alphabet director that did the movie, and it had some real whack scenes in it where it kind of made the guy look stupid, and it was almost like Color Purple. I like The Color Purple. It's a good movie, but The Color Purple's, I mean, the more I watched The Color Purple, the more I didn't like what they put in The Color Purple. I only watched The Help once, but it was certain parts about Octavia's husband that I didn't like, and I thought it was just put in there to tear down black men. And this movie's more along those lines. This is another movie where the black guy that is playing, I guess I would call him Slim, which he wasn't Slim, but that's what I would call him, is he's kind of almost like, I don't know, it's almost like he didn't know what to do. He was almost helpless. It was almost like she had to make all the decisions. It wasn't until later in the movie where he started trying to make some be a man and do certain things. But I was just like, ain't no man finna sit up there and be like that. Like he was just almost spineless in a couple of scenes, helpless, you know. But I kind of see why they make movies like that because they got to get them funded, and you're not going to get a film funded by those people if it makes the black man look powerful. You know what I'm saying? Now, if he was an OG type real nigga out here shooting the cop, making decisions, hey, all right, baby, this is what we gonna do. He planning everything. Every time they asked him for something, he's like, I don't know. I don't know what we gonna do. I don't know. That looked bad, man. It looks bad. You know what I'm saying? I hate movies where they show black men looking impotent like that. And that's what it was. That's what it was. He was a clown. In this movie, yeah, you're right, dude. You're right, dude. Every black man in the movie was a clown. Now, only thing about the guy, he seemed to have something to him. And I think it was boss that he did shoot the cop. So I give him some credit for that. But I think that was out of fear. It wasn't a situation where he shot the cop out of, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. And then if you watch it, I'm going to tell you now, Tariq says this, but it was kind of funny because I thought about that. When you watch it, when the cop pulls him over, they show his face. He bucks his eyes, like kind of like they say Harriet Tubman does in the Harriet movie. He's sitting there bucking his. Oh no, he's kind of looking scary. The girl is the one that's kind of like she knows the law. She's a lawyer, so she's kind of like trying to say something. Well, you guys want to shoot us. You all trigger happy. You shoot first. Ask her, what did you say? Like the cop was like ready, fire mad, ready to get in her ass on some bullshit. And so she kind of kept, checking him, saying something, which I thought was good. Uh, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you like this. Now, one thing I will say on a side note, that sister, the actress that plays the female in the female lead in the movie, that motherfucker fine, man. She is sexy as hell. I know she got a white man, but I'm gonna tell you, dog. Like I'm gonna tell you, I remember watching the previews and I was like, I don't know, she got it. Her hips, her bodies look different when she had on the white at first, but then when she went to her uncle's house and she grabbed like this leopard skirt and she put it on. And ladies, let me tell you something. A dress, if you wear the right dress, it just hugged her right. It just did. That dress hugged her ass. It just accentuated all her curves. It just made her look so. She wore the hell out that damn dress. She did. And I remember it was one scene. She was walking. It was when they was going somewhere. I think it was when they pulled over to ride a damn horse, which was stupid. But I guess they felt like, okay, my life is over. Because people say that it's stupid. But I guess they're feeling like, you know what, my life is over. This will be the last meal. This is gonna be the last time I do this. So let me get drunk. Let me smoke weed because they had a scene where they smoked the joint. Let me I'd have been tearing her ass up. If I felt like we about to be going, I'm like, I'm either gonna be dead or I'm finna go to jail. So I'm finna tear her ass up every chance I get, you know. Like, but that's what it was. It was like it was that type of vibe. So I don't think that was just terrible that they was doing that shit. But I think the one where they stopped in Alabama, that was kind of stupid. Cause niggas is snitches. And niggas, if you tell somebody that, hey, there's a $500,000 bounty on so and so head, you gotta think most niggas will snitch on somebody. They not gonna sit there. I'm gonna check out 21 Bridges next. Uh uh hell no, bro. Woman gotta shut the fuck up when you pull over by a cracker. I know, but I take in mind, guys, this is a woke conscious from a wokety woke mindset. So she's the one that has the balls. That's how they wrote it. You got to look at it. She was the one that had the balls when they left and they ran. She was the one that even like they ran out of gas twice. They ran out of gas in the first car they was in. This nigga driving the car and even looking at the at the gas meter. Then they had a scene. He was playing Marvin Sapp. He was like, it helps because the guy, I guess he was a believer. And it was playing Marvin Sapp. And I guess by the end of the movie, she was an atheist, but by the end of the movie, she kind of started praying and stuff. So I guess she kind of believed. I'm like, I guess when you facing something, you're going to think about that. You're going to think a little different. But they just had parts of the movie where I'm like, what type of grown ass man going to be driving a car run out of gas? They had stupid stuff like that. So she going off on him like, why are you driving the car and not looking at the tank running out of gas? Like, what are you doing? Like, and she said it. I was like, why did they write that in there? Was it that they didn't have anything to write and they just want to put it in there as a screen? No, they put it in there to make him look stupid. They kept making him do dumb things in the movie to make him look stupid and impotent, which is really what if I had to put it into words, the word would be impotent, powerless. That's what he looked like. Exactly. Most niggas would snitch for $5. And that's what I thought about this movie. I thought it was one of those. Hold on. Sorry, guys. My damn headphones. I don't know why they power down like that sometimes. But anyway, I just thought it was what's up, mister? I thought it was a good movie. I would advise you guys to go watch it. I think it was it's entertaining. As long as you know what's in it, you know what's going on, fine. Um, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of liked it just because I wanted to see her ass in that dress. Like, and then she had on like some heels. So when she walked, the way she walked in that, man, she was killing them in that dress. And the dress looked kind of slutty, if you will, because he had on this damn Sean John jogging suit. The shit looked cheap, hood.
but it just worked for her with her hairstyle and the way she killed their ass. But of course she with a white man, so like I said, I would give this movie, if I had to rate this movie from a scale of 1 to 10, I give it about a 7.5. I would say. It was a good movie, entertaining. Uh, I mean, to me, a good movie. One of my favorite movies was Birth of a Nation. It was well put together. Birth of a Nation is a movie that I think is very underrated. If you watch it and you just look at that brother put that movie together purposely to show you shit you never see in a film ever. Black men, all black men. Think about it. Like the scene when they killed, they kind of all revolted and ran away. And then they had that scene where they was all sitting there, hey man, at this time of day, I will be doing this. At this time. Guys, do you understand what that was a powerful ass scene? You know, we kind of just brushed that damn movie under the rug. That movie was good as hell. We just don't look at it like that. Okay, yeah, you could pass on it. But King Woodbine was funny. I kind of feel like even the scene with the guy when the guy got hit by the truck, I just thought that was kind of fucked up how they said he was talking about the boy mama and I got a lot of bitches. I got a lot of hoes. Like, is that what you think of black men? You know what I'm saying? Now, this is directed by someone who doesn't like men at all. So think about it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I'm gonna put it like this. The movie is actually, I would say, it was kind of revolutionary, but it kind of I'm gonna make it a revolutionary movie, but I'm gonna kind of throw in some stuff to take the black man down a notch or two, so that the people that run Hollywood will say, okay, we can go and sit and watch this movie. There was a good white married couple that didn't snitch, that had his back. Um, the the main guy who snitched on him at the end, which I thought was whack, the way that nigga snitched on him. If you go watch that part, it was kind of, I don't know. I didn't like him. I didn't like him at all. Obviously because he snitched. They had a scene at the end. They show him in the house counting $500,000. He just sitting there counting it. All right, look at this nigga here. This nigga done turned them in and got them killed. He didn't even care. You know what I'm saying? Like that was foul. I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And you could tell, like, it's one thing if a guy's a stone cold killer. It's another thing if you could tell they wasn't like that. You know, you could just, everybody that knew, even when he was at that store with the white clerk, and the clerk asked him to see the gun, you ain't unload the gun, and you just gonna give him the gun. And the clerk aims the gun at him and points it at his head. Hey man, what are you doing? Like this nigga did so much stupid shit in this movie. I'm just talking about the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like it was stuff the girl did, but it kind of was diminished. I really don't remember too many things she did that was stupid. She kind of hung out the window one time and let her hair go through the wind or something. That was it. And other than that, that was about it. Oh, she pulled over to look at some horses for a second. She pulled over on the side of the highway in the middle of nowhere to look at some horses. That was different. Other than that, she didn't really do too much stupid stuff. But the dude was like, hey, I want to go dancing. He goes inside of a bar full of black people that you don't know, and you got a $500,000 bounty on your head, which is stupid. Then you go and you go inside a store and you give the guy the gun loaded. He said, can I hold it? Which is stupid. I mean, anybody can go hold a Glock. That ain't no big deal. But the guy wants to hold the guy, takes the gun and aims it right at his head. He's sitting there looking like a fool, like an idiot. Then when they got stopped, he said to the cop, see, he did stupid stuff. He almost ran out of gas. This dude, pretty much in every step of the way, almost got them fucked up every step of the way. Every step. You know what I'm saying? So that whole movie, he looked stupid. I mean, when I say revolutionary, shooting a cop to me is some fly shit. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny. That's why Tupac is Tupac. Tupac's the only rapper that can say he shot a cop and got off. So you know, that gives you some cachet in my book. If you shoot a racist redneck cop, like right now, George Zimmerman is fixing to sue. He's not a cop, but he's about to sue Trayvon Martin's family. All these street niggas out here This is why I don't respect us, and I didn't want to make a movie about this, but I mean a video. I probably will later. This is why I don't respect street dudes. You got dudes out here that will shoot and end somebody's life and go sit in a jail cell for a myriad of reasons. If you kill, and I'm not trying to call for violence against this guy because I don't want my channel deleted, but I just don't have respect because I'm like, these guys, once again, let me say this again. I'm not calling for violence against George Zimmerman, okay? Don't flag me. But what I will say is that I just think it's whack that you got all these dudes out here that go end their lives or go risk their lives for some fuckery. And then you got this dude out here. I mean, I've seen dudes that go shoot somebody over the most smallest, frivolous thing. Like you got that type of cachet about yourself, then why won't you go at George Zimmerman? This dude is out here finna sue this man family. I just think that's whack. You know what I'm saying? So was the movie in a way of telling black women that black men are dumb? I mean, you might be right. You might be right because the whole film, that brother didn't do anything intelligent. Even when there was a scene where they was jumping out a window. Now I shouldn't be able to cite this much. They was jumping out of a window, right? And she was the one saying, "Man, that's too high." He was like, "We can't jump out the window. It's too high." Now most niggas will be like, if I'm gonna have to jump out a second story window, and and the cops was outside, they was scared. She was the one that jumped first, number one, which I thought was kind of whack. I was like, okay, so you gonna let this female jump out the window first? You know what I'm saying? Which I thought was kind of whack. Secondly, he jumps out the window, but he's scared. And so I'm thinking he just looked scared the whole damn movie. Now, to his credit, the only thing he did do good, he was able to hotwire the car in the garage. And that's it. He did that. He hotwired the car so they can get away. He didn't hotwire. He really just took a screwdriver and jammed it down into the ignition. That was it. That's all I remember about that movie where I felt like he did something fly. Of course, the shooting of the cop. Other than that, that whole damn movie, he didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Pop definitely did that. I always bring that up too. He didn't have to do that neither. He risked his life trying to help someone. Yeah, he risked his life trying to help a black man because he didn't want to see a black man getting stumped out because that's how he was raised. This is why he's the greatest rapper ever. Just if somebody went to jail for shooting at Zimmerman, I didn't know about it. If I'm gonna go at Zimmerman, I'm gonna damn sure go get target practice and make sure I'm at a gun range. I'm not gonna miss. Not saying I would. Not saying I would, YouTube, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? He did one thing right. Fix on. Oh yeah. He did slip her arm back in. He did that too. So that's two. That's two. So he did 10 things stupid, 12 things stupid. He fixed her arm and stuck the screwdriver into the ignition. Okay. So I'll give you that. So it's 1 to 6 ratio, right? He do one good thing and 6 stupid things. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, but I think it was a white dude on some road rage stuff. Oh, okay. What was the movie with the Sudanese girl? I don't know. I don't know about that Sudanese. I have to look at that one. Hot Rod Car wasn't good. It was showing that we are thieves. I mean, yeah, you might, yeah. Yep, because he said my brother showed me how to do it one summer. He dang sure. See, every word in that movie has a place and is saying something. Whoever wrote that script, every word, everything that you see has a reason behind. There's a rhyme and reason for everything that you see. You don't just see something in that movie and it's just not there. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? It was there for a reason. Do you think it's good to shoot police? I don't think it's good to shoot police. No, not just right off. No. No, I don't think it's good to shoot police. And I'm not calling for violence against police. Ray Wall Travel, never heard of you. Maybe a troll. But no, I don't think it's good to shoot police. Nope, not gonna give you that. Not gonna let you get my. Yeah, I'm there. Not gonna let you get my channel deleted on some bullshit. No, I don't think it's good to shoot police. But I don't think the police should be able to infringe on the rights of citizens. I think the police needs to be reformed. I don't think police need to be able to do the shit they do to people. I've had guns pulled on me. I've had cops threaten to jump on me. I've had cops say disrespectful shit to me, say disrespectful shit to my lady. I've had, but I've seen cops they get away with impunity. A cop can get angry at you. You cannot break the law, and a cop, just because he's angry, can shoot you. A cop can come up and make up some sort of frivolous ass reason why he should take you to jail. A cop can do all types of shit, whoop your ass while you in jail, and get away scot-free. Cops can do anything to people. So that needs to be changed. That needs to be reformed. That's what I think. And so when cops get harmed, do I feel sorry for them? 9 times out of 10, no. But like in the movie, for example, I'm glad you asked that question. Because in the movie, the scene, like I said, the guy who was the mechanic had a son. The son was like, I want to be somebody too. So what the son did was the next day he went to a protest about Queen and Slim, right? And he walks up. The cop is talking to him. The cop opens his helmet up and says, "Hey man, he has on his riot gear." And he's like, "Hey son, I don't want to hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt you. I mean, worst thing I do is arrest you, but I ain't gonna hurt you. I'm just trying to do my job, man." That's a cop that don't deserve to get hurt. Cause he didn't come at that brother, the mechanic's son, on some fuckery. He just came out, "Hey man, I'm just doing my job." Those are the types of cops I don't like to see. Those types of guys get hurt. But guess what? Well, I can't stand their ass either, Richard. But I'm on YouTube right now, so I got to be careful what I say. But I mean, because if it's just me and you sitting at I'm gonna say I'll say all types of stuff, but I won't say it on YouTube. But what I will say is when a cop is doing his job and mind his business and just be out here to protect you, I don't have no problem with it. I ain't got no problem with cops like that. The problem I have is when those cops who are like that will watch another cop choke and stump somebody to death. And if you show up with a camera phone, they will come and stand in front of your camera to protect their other cop friend as he's choking and killing somebody, which I have seen because my homeboy cousin got choked to death by the police. They held him in the air and choked him. And them cops did exactly like you see on video. Dothan, Alabama. Type up the corruption of the Dothan, Alabama Police Department. Just bottom line. You see what I'm saying? So I think sometimes cops, and so the son in the movie blew that cop, just shot that cop right in the head for nothing. Shot him in that. Of course, the cops killed him right on the spot because he shot a cop. So, but still, they didn't show it. But they were talking about it in the next scene. They say, "Hey, he shot a cop." Obviously, we knew what had happened. You know what I'm saying? But what I found kind of whack about it was that they shot the dude. Like, what does this have to do with the plot? First of all, number one. Number two, who at a protest has ever shot a cop at a protest? That's damn near it doesn't happen. And for a kid to shoot a cop at a protest. Well, I'm gonna put it like this. You wasn't trolling. Okay, I didn't say you was trolling. I just never seen your name in here before, so I gotta be careful. Since I wasn't trolling, I didn't see the movie yet. It seems like small hats / black liberals are adding to the division between blacks and police. I don't think that's who's doing it. I think you might be right about the small hats, but I don't think that's who's doing it. I think who's doing it is the police. The police are doing it because every cop I know, there's no such thing as a good cop to me ever. I don't believe good cops exist. What I believe is people exist. A cop is a person, and a cop. I got friends who are cops who I would hate to hear got shot in the line of duty. But I'm gonna tell you something. We've had conversations, and I asked them. I say, okay, so if you show up on a scene and you see a cop doing some dirt, what would you do? They all say, well, I'll report it. They're lying. Rarely do you see cops report each other. When a cop is choking and doing something dirty to another person, they don't do nothing. This is standard operating procedure for police. I have seen it everywhere I go. You know what I'm saying? So trucking company I work for is based out of Dothan, Alabama. I know about Dothan. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's it, bro. I'm telling you right now, cops are causing division. It's not. Look, if the police really didn't want any division between blacks and the cops, what they would do, they would open their mouths and speak and open up their they'll open up their areas for the people to come in and talk to them and communicate and break down some of these lines of communication or open up some lines of communication so that you can kind of have it where people kind of trust the police. And some cops do that in certain municipalities, but also you need to have it set up where if a cop does something to somebody and your camera phone is off, automatic 60-day suspension, no pay. Automatic. Automatic. If you kill somebody with your body camera off, automatic 60-day suspension. Automatic. No pay. I'm tired of that. That should be a nationwide rule. If you kill somebody and the camera's off, automatic 2-3 months off. And shit, it ought to be 6 months off. You ought to be suspended without pay, automatic. And no municipality should be able to hire you in any shape or form of law enforcement. Ever. Even if it was innocent. Even if you get off, you should never be allowed to be a cop again. Ever. Why? Because that will incentivize cops not to shoot people. You see what I'm saying? They need to do that. They need to have something where cops should say, okay, if I killed it, because if I'm a cop and I shoot you and the police union gonna pay for my lawyer, I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna have a 6-month off paid vacation. I'm not going to jail. Like that cop that walked up and shot Ayanna Jackson 9 years ago, walked in there, shot that girl in the head and lied on camera and said they didn't have a grandmama fingerprints nowhere on the rifle, and he still got off. That ain't happening. That stuff like that got to stop, man. Somebody has to stop that. And the only way I think we're going to be able to stop that is by changing the legal system. And the way we're going to change the legal system is by building Black economic infrastructure. That is what needs to happen first in order for us to stop this. Because the other way is to go Terminator. And we can't. We don't have the technology and we don't have the stomach for it. That's not us. So we need to financially build together. The easiest way to build together first is start families. That's the easiest way to build. Have a family. Because economically it's easy to build. Every statistic you measure, having a family will help you. You know what I'm saying? It's not about race, it's about power, control, and wealth. I think race is in the mix too. And the reason I say that, guys, is this. You can say it's not about race, but most of the law enforcement's tools and resources are spent going into Black neighborhoods, antagonizing Black people. They set up road traps in Black neighborhoods. They specifically treat Black people a certain way. When you catch a white person for the exact same crime, even in like circumstances, the white person gets safer treatment because white cops usually see themselves in a child. This has been proven through surveys and stuff like that. When you talk to people about this, is why they're more likely to shoot a Black kid, because I think what they've done certain surveys and stuff like that, where they say a Black child is at 10 years old is seen as an adult, whereas a white child is seen as an adult at 19. So that tells you right there, when you go to the hospital and a Black person can lose a full out limb, but a white woman will be viewed, if she loses a nail, will be viewed as being as just as much pain as a Black man losing a damn leg. You get, so to deny that doesn't exist in our country, I think that plays into how we're treated. When you go, the type of customer service you get as a Black man, the way people treat you, the way people are quick to think certain things about you because you're a Black man. This is clear. I have no doubt in my mind that that's there. Now, does power, wealth, and influence help it? Of course. I believe that, but you're not gonna fix it any other way. To me, I think it is. I think race plays a major role in how we're treated as African Americans in this country. I do. Let's see what we got. Richard said, "How about this for division? Getting blinded in one eye, being tased in the face. Happened to my mother. Still blind in the right eye. Get off, Kate. Oh, oh man. What about police department somewhere in Alabama running meth ring and prostitution? I'm not surprised. In the movie Us, the Black father in that movie was weak, spineless. Thank you. I saw that. I peeped that too. She even snapped on him like, I'm gonna put my foot down or something. She said one time. I was like, what? I'm like, who the hell she talking to? Like, I would have, I'd have went ham on her ass. Like, who you talking to? You ain't talking to me. For him to just sit there and shut up like that, I thought that was weak as hell in Us. When she snapped on him like she did in a friend's house. I think they was in a friend's house and she snapped on him. I thought that was whack. Barack had the power to federally mandate a bill to help us, but immigrants and the rainbow folks were important. Yep, facts. You could have did that. Mr. Jones, it's about race as well as other issues you use. Yeah, I think race plays into it. I think so. You see what he said? The reason that we're targeted is because if we came together, we would take over power, wealth, and control. Uh yeah, I think that's it too. I think that's that too. Let me tell you something, man. God put us on the black team, whether we want to be or not. We are on the black team. You on the black team. So you gotta just have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? I think, and I don't think you was trying to say nothing crazy, Mr. Jones. Mad respect to you. I just think that when I look at it, I think to say that race, when I hear people say it's not about race, it's about class, I hear that all the time. I disagree. I think race plays a major role in where we are and what's going on. You can see it with black boys in school. Black boys are more likely to be suspended. Black boys are more likely to be to get detention. Black boys are more likely to get neglected. Teachers, especially white women, when they see black boys, they see something. They do. That I believe. Race is in the mix. It's aggravating that we have to debate. Now, I don't think Mr. Jones was saying that coonish about it. I think he just I think we should be allowed to have these discussions openly. And I think, Richard, I do believe that people can disagree. I don't think that's what, because he said he talking about us coming together is powerful, which I do agree. I'm sure you agree with that, Richard. Uh, I don't think he meant nothing by that. I don't. I didn't read the script, but was the script different, Supreme? I didn't read the script. I should have checked it out. What's up, Francis? Franchise. What's up, boy? What's up, man? Uh, let's see. Let's see. Nowhere to go but up. Facts. Okay, bet. Go live, man. Go live. Send me the link. I'll holler at you. You want me to go on there with you? We can chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We do it live together. I got class tonight, but just hit me up. Class ain't gonna be that long though. We just not starting SSIS. So okay, all right, Richard. No problem. Let's see what we got. Do you think it is racism or do you think it is incomprehensible strengths that is seen? I know one knows how to understand it. That's why the boys are treated the way they are. Let me read that again. Do you think it is racism or do you think it is incomprehensible the strength that is seen? I know one knows how to understand it. That's why the boys are treated the way they are. Well, I get what you're saying. I guess you're saying they see strength. I do think that, and I'm gonna tell you why I know this to be true. Oh, let me take my damn thing back downstairs. But I believe this to be true because black boys are targeted. If you're a black man over 6 feet and you got a little muscle on you, you're a target for cops. Cops look at you, guys. One thing about these people and I remember they put that in the movie too. It's funny you say that. In the film, there was the scene when he gave the gun to the clerk. The clerk was like, "Man, I just feel so powerful when I'm holding a gun." And it was clear he was just saying something about white culture, but it was like almost like a redneck type white boy, like a goofy white boy. It wasn't you get what I'm saying? He wasn't the type of white guy where people have felt, well, I don't have anything in common with him. He just seemed real stupid, an ignorant white guy. You know what I'm saying? But when he made the point, it was truthful, true to power, because what he was saying was they have a bloodlust. I think they do. And when you see black boys, man, it's almost like when you see those pictures of them going over there shooting down giraffes and shooting down lions and tigers and shit like that. You like, damn, man, why you shooting down a damn giraffe or an elephant? Or it's something to be, because I think what the thing is, just like it, and I know this is gonna be whack to say, but just hear me out. Why do you think in the movie King Kong, the last one that came out some years back, not that one that came out a while ago, but the one before that, the real good one, right? Why do you think in that film it was such a big deal to see King Kong shackled? Do you ever notice that? And people was paying money to come see this big mighty beast shackled in chains. You get what I'm saying? So when you there's some real deep underseated, deep psychological stuff with that, man. And so when you look at this whole thing about a black man of size, like my homeboy franchise he about 7 feet. He's 7 feet. People will try you. People try big people because they have to feel like they're king of the mountain. When you see a big 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", muscular black man, you are a target. I've been a target from white cops. I've had cops draw their guns on me. I've seen it. Nothing makes them fear because they fear you, and they do fear. I think it's a place of fear from the sense of guys, you got to understand, if you're a white cop, let's say you grow up in the middle of Idaho somewhere, right? And you everything about you is lily white. You move to the urban area, you get a job in the hood. You are the last person that needs to be a policeman. Because what's going to happen is you don't see your cousin. You don't see your nephew. You see a roaring lion. You see Candyman. You see Freddy Krueger. You see Jason Voorhees. You know what I'm saying? You see Jeepers Creepers when you see a brother. You get what I'm saying? And so what happens is that formulates them. They're scared. So they in order for them to feel like I got to make it home and this guy wants to take me out, so I got to be aggressive. I got to defend myself. It's fight or flight. It's some deep shit, man. It really is. I think that's why black men are more likely to get shot, even when you're unarmed, because you're super nigga. Look at what they say about Mike Brown. The official story is some bullshit. The official story is that Mike Brown was running at a guy with a Glock. Okay, I've never heard anything more stupid and heinous in my life that this kid was like some wild bull or something out in the wild, like a wild. If you go hunt a wild hog or a boar, when you go hunt them, they'll charge you like that. But that's what they view us as. And these people are the same people that say stuff like this are the same people on the weekends that go hunting wild game. And so for the dominant society, they can believe that he charged us like a wild game, like a wild animal. Me and you and everybody and their mama know ain't no dude finna charge no damn cop with no damn Glock, man, from damn 100 feet away. You know you ain't finna make it. He already done shot you in your elbow. So that's why if you look at the autopsy, you'll see that when the brother was falling down, stumbling, the dude was aiming for his head to kill him. He was trying to kill him. He shot him in the head. That's why it went in the top of his skull. A bullet was in the top. How did the bullet get in the top of his skull? He was falling down and you saw him falling. He was stumbling and you shot him to kill him. That's what that was. You was scared of him because he was a nigga that wasn't scared of you. He reached in the car. That was stupid. I'm not going to defend that. That was stupid to reach in that cop's car and do what he did. But that boy was like, I ain't scared of you. I'm going to show you, fuck you. Just because you talking to me like I'm crazy, bitch, I ain't scared of you. Fuck you. Like, that was it. That defiance. See, now he's like, okay, he doesn't fear the police. Once you get a guy that doesn't fear the police, he got to go. He got to go. That's what it is, man. As big as I am, and let me be specific, 6'11", 335, I'm not a slouch, and I get tried on a daily basis. I get tried by any and everyone. More specific, white men in power tends to try to. Exactly. That's the point I'm trying to make. I'm 6'1", 220, and I get tried by the police. I've had cops tell me all types of stuff. So I had a cop tell me he'll break my jaw for nothing. I had a cop. Every black man I know that had a cop say, name me one brother that you know that ain't never had a cop disrespect. I had a cop tell my girl he gonna handcuff her when I was in the car one time. He walked by, peeped in the car, saw me sitting in there. I don't know why this nigga, I guess he saw her and saw her walk in there. I guess he liked what he saw. So he gets out the car, walks by, no respect. Cops don't got no respect. He bends down and looks in the car, staring dead at me. And I look at him like, what the hell wrong with you? He goes in, looks at her head to toe and starts saying something. While he talking, the nigga looking at me. Balls. That nigga got balls that he would never have if he wasn't a cop. I promise you that shit. That nigga would have had to kill me. He did some shit like. But you a cop. and it's 3 or 4 of y'all that's them SWAT cops too. That's why them niggas is always in the gym lifting weights, taking them damn steroids because they scared. Even the black ones. That's true. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's my thing with the police, man. We said they know what the most powerful on this planet, and they know that we are the most powerful on the planet. Guys, I'm gonna tell you something, and this is what I feel. If the black man is the most powerful on the planet, let's prove it intellectually. Let's prove it, because I do believe that physically we are the most powerful. I think it's not even a question about the most powerful physical specimen on this planet. But we are a laughing stock when it comes to intellect. I'm being straight up. Not to say that we're not smart. We are. We're very intelligent. What I'm saying is application and what we apply our intelligence to do and build. We don't apply it like I think we should. White teachers and staff disguised as teachers monitoring. I'm gonna tell you something. My son go to a school, he got a white teacher and she treat him like shit. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make damn sure he the best student in that damn class. I'm not gonna just be like, okay, well, she didn't teach my son, so that's it. Damn that. It's on me as a parent. If my son makes it out of college, out of high school, and he dumb as a doorknob, that's my fault. That's not the teacher's fault. It's not the education system fault. It's not anybody's fault but his dad. His dad did not do. I'm not even gonna blame his mom. I'm a leader. I'm leading. I'm accepting responsibility. And I'm damn sure gonna accept responsibility for my child, for my lineage. And I'd be damned if I let him get out here and he's dumb and he don't know his shit. That's not gonna happen. I ain't seen Harriet yet. I hadn't seen Harriet. Derek. It says they got agents like these guys as teachers, like third shift. For real. Okay. See what you got here. Okay, I saw that. See what you got here. Have you noticed or seen a bunch of white or any other color man, you won't get startled. But if you see a bunch of black men, you get startled because of strength and they exude. Yeah, we do exude strength. Shit. I ain't even lie to you. I'm gonna tell you something. We are just the mere sight of us exude masculinity. This is why we are also viewed as one of the sex symbol of around the world. Like the black man is viewed, we exude sex now. I mean, I ain't gonna lie about that. You take some brothers, just have them standing outside just talking. Just our inner way we move our hands, the way we talk. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Why do you think, what's that guy name? Bill Maher. Bill Maher said, man, I thought we was gonna get us a gangster president when we got a black president. Why he say that? Because black guys are gangsters. See, he kind of told you something without telling you. Bill Maher basically said in his mind, black men, we're gangster. So in the sense, we don't care about rules. We're rebels. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, let's apply that in tech. Let's apply that in business, in industry, places that they don't think we belong. Business. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see. Because I don't think we can use that in the 21st century. We can't be big brutes in the 21st century. You just can't. It won't work. You know what I'm saying? What do you say right here? You're right, as they fear us in the US, they breathe. I've been on the earth in the late 80s. My black people have shown me they still scared of white authority. Still waiting for y'all to get hard. Yeah, I think so too. It was my brother, but yeah, it isn't saying no denying the issues this country has with black men. Yeah, guys, I think that's why black women get in corporate America before black men will. I'm a black man in corporate America. I'm telling you right now, I'm very intimidated. I've been in projects with people that don't even want to get on the elevator with me, and I didn't notice it, but I started noticing this one guy. I think he's from Nepal or something like that. He literally would not get on the elevator with me ever. We would be walking. I tried him a couple of times. I would walk up to the elevator. He would stop, wait till I get on the elevator, and then hit another elevator. He didn't even want. I was like, "What's up with this dude?" Right? But guess what? He's in the office flirting with all the black women in the office. He's like a guy from Nepal. I took that personal. So what I did was I waited till he was going, and I waited. We was going one day. Every day he would go to lunch. I did this for like a week straight. Every day I see him walk by, I would get up and go. Walk. Wait Go to the elevator, turn around. I wouldn't push the button. I would just wait for him to push the button and just stare at him. He pushed the button. I just stand there and look at him. He get on, then I will hit the button. When his open, I would push the button so he could see before he got on the elevator that I pushed another button, just so I ain't ride with your leg glass. Just so he knew what time it was, because I was on to him. Racist as hell, but he's steady in the black women's face at the job, trying to flirt. Probably because his ass out police officer or not saying that it's the right decision, but I would have cussed his ass out. See, that's what I'm saying. I had just got out of jail for some traffic violations, so I couldn't really do nothing. I had just got out of jail, so I didn't even want to get into it again. I mean, literally a couple hours earlier. The lack of intellect comes from black men being very emotional, or should I say raised by an emotional environment. Pay attention to the boys raised with men, the boys raised with women. Yeah, but we got a bunch of brothers raised with women. And even if you are raised by a woman, you eventually biologically have to understand you are a man. And I don't think that's an excuse. I don't use being raised by a single mom as an excuse no more. I don't. We can't afford that no more. We cannot afford to make excuses for failure from us as black men. And I think we fail as brothers a lot of times because of, maybe upbringing, whatever, but you got to get off your ass. You got to produce. You got to. There's no way around it. That's why I push for brothers to start organizing for the continent. We can be elite over there without the institutional red tape here. I mean, you can, but I mean, you got to get your passport stamped. You got to be able to fly over there and be able to have skills. Africa doesn't need a bunch of unskilled labor coming over there trying to. You think you competing just because you're American? Your ass got to have money. You got to have resources. You need to have human capital. You need to be able to go to Africa and be able to make a difference. Just being American will get you in certain places, but I've been there. I just think you got to have some resources, man. You got to be able to cut a check. If you can't get money over here, what make you think you're going to get money over there? That's easier to me, to be completely honest with you right now. I'm going to tell you, I know this is blasphemous. I think it's easier to get money here. If you can't get money in America, you got people in Africa that can't get money. You think them folks just stupid? Them folks smart as hell over there. A lot of people can't get money because a lot of infrastructure isn't there, like how we try to romanticize Africa. This is my opinion. I mean, everybody got their own opinion. But I think we over romanticize Africa. You can make money flipping houses in America. You can make money flipping cars. You can make money in America getting on the internet, doing an internet business. It's so easy to get money over here. To get your hands on $500 a week in Africa, that's some work. It is. Not that you can't. If you're American and you get your hands on 40, 50,000 and go to Africa, you probably could do that. But if you're African, for the average African citizen, it ain't that easy. All of them would be doing it right now. You better have a shot being in elite America. America is the best country. Thank you. This is our country. Agreed. Wait, that's it. You're right. You're right. Skills save money, but I would try to concentrate on a legacy here. You wouldn't try? I would, but I mean, everybody's different. Everybody got their own opinion. Let's see. It is not a lack of intellect, but living in areas that place higher value on being street than being economic. Good point, brother. Good point. Good point. Okay, Terrence. Terrence got that look. I can almost hear you say that in person, bro. I don't feel that way about my brothers over in Africa. I don't. Let's see what we got. The infrastructure in Africa is coming from the materials that you have to manufacture from the ground up. On that takes intelligence. So I wonder, are Africans intelligent? I don't know. I mean, I think Africans are intelligent because every time you take an African that comes here, let's say we take a lottery system, take it to Africa. We go to Togo, we go to Sierra Leone, we go to Gambia, we go to places like that, Senegal, and you have a lottery system. You take those Africans, randomly selected Africans, drop them off in the middle of America, come back 30 years later and look at them. They may be broke, but their kids gonna be doctors, lawyers, engineers. Their kids are gonna be the best and brightest in America. They're gonna be at Harvard, Yale, Cornell. Their mom might work at a gas station, but their children get full ride scholarships to all the Ivy League schools. That speaks to something about these Africans. We as African Americans have to be honest about it. collectively, we outperform them at a collective level. But when they get the chance to come over here, they outperform us. You can say, well, yeah, that's their best and brightest over there. No, I've seen a lot of Africans come over here broke as hell with nothing but just hard work. We got to own up to some of this. You know what I'm saying? That's real. It takes money to build factories that process raw materials. I blame the African leaders who, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, guys, there was a clip that went around. It was real popular on a few guys' videos of this guy from China was going off on these guys in Kenya. He's like, look, man, when they left y'all with roads, power lines, railroads, water systems, everything. How could you guys not maintain that infrastructure? Crickets. The guy was like, come on, man, what's wrong with y'all, man? He said, when I try to get y'all a job, y'all want to take, y'all get there late, you get there an hour and a half late, you work a few hours, and then you take a 3-4 hour lunch break. Then you want to come back, then you want to get a raise. He's like, man, come on, man, you guys don't want to work hard. That is the problem in Africa. Africa got some problems too, but I don't think that we can talk about them. I think what happens is you take those same Africans and drop them in America, they'll change their whole work ethic. I believe that. That part I believe. It's just something about when they come to America. It seems like the smart Africans move to the West. Yeah, but all the Africans that come to the West ain't smart. They just work hard. A lot of them do. A lot of them ain't smart. They just come on here and do what they got to do. The power of studying 2 hours a day. That's right, Leland. One and Tanzania are great countries right now. Okay. Let's see. I agree with you with the schooling, but real money is in the raw materials and the ability to cultivate it and turn it into infrastructure. I agree, man, but we as African Americans, we always talk about infrastructure, raw materials, stuff like that. James Earl Moles had a great point. Let's say I can give you let's say I give you some land. Do you got some damn tractors to get over there to dig, to get to the property over there in Africa? Let's say they give you 100 acres in Africa. Can you get the trees off that motherfucker? Can you get the diamonds? Can you get them processed, clean? So you need money to do that shit. Black people in America, you get your hands on 20,000, 30,000. You need to go to Africa with at least $500,000 if you're gonna really try about doing some real damage. Now, can you do some damage with 50,000? You can set up a business, but if you're gonna go to Africa with money, I'm gonna go with some real money. I'm not going over there with no little $40,000. I'll run through that. That's not, you know what I'm saying? You can set a business up. You can go over there, set a business up, and you got to deal with the crooks. You got to deal with people because you're gonna have to work with the local people over there. So, I mean, you need to have a large, sizable amount of money. And you need to be working with 10% of it. So if I got 50,000 that's needed, I need to have $500,000. If I want to do $100,000, I need $1 million, because you got to account for corruption, to account for bribing people over there. You have to account for this stuff. Then you got to account for lack of infrastructure. You got to account for the water being, or not the water, but the water might be bad, or you got to account for shit. The lights might turn off 2 hours a day. You got shit like that happens. I've been in Ethiopia. The damn lights would be turning off while we over there sometimes. We would be over there chilling, the damn lights off. This is what you got to deal with in these countries. So you need to have a sizable amount of money. All the people that's preaching these infomercials about Africa, they talking broke, man. I ain't trying to be funny. They talking from a broke perspective and just, we need to go to Africa. We need to go to Africa. But when you really try to do it to the people I know that have taken their ass over there and spent some money and time trying to really implement some shit, it ain't that easy because it takes resources. I think James Earl Moles made the best point. That's just the way I feel. I mean, hey, it's all conjecture, right? We just talking. What you got, Richard? Everything goes through a process. Europe was tribal. Yeah, it does. It does. It will take time. I understand you need money, but it seems to me that we are in a retarded state. So what we have to do is start from the primitive and work. Yeah, but shit, why not do that in America? Why not? I know when you can get properties for $500, and you got people that's gonna go spend $2,000-$3,000 to get a plane ticket. Go over there, establish relationships. You got to worry about all the stuff I just said. When I can take your ass right down to Montgomery, Alabama, and get you a house for $500. If you don't want to do it here, going way over on the other side of the world. I'm not trying to talk about you. I'm just saying in general. Black people, a lot of us don't have that entrepreneurial drive here, let alone Africa. That's all I'm saying. It's so much easier right now. The infrastructure in America is so easy to get in business. If you can't, you got people that can't even start Amazon stores and shit, talking about start eBay stores and stuff like that. But they talking about they want to do they want to go to Africa. People just talking. I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying in general. A lot of brothers is just on the internet bumping their gums. They're not gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel. 2020 coming and we living on concepts from the 1700s. Why are we honoring the Constitution and the laws that we didn't write? Black people paying taxes on the land, we're slaves with no reparations. Hashtag we. Okay. All right. No problem. It can be done. Let's take bread. Let's see. Let's go back to this. What was this brother saying? 2020 coming and we living on concepts from the 1700s. Why are we honoring the Constitution and the laws we didn't write? Black people paying taxes on a land were slaves on with no reparations. I don't get that part. I don't get that. See what we got. Vacant towns and infrastructure right now. Right here in America, we could acquire facts. Facts. Guys, I'm talking about that spirit and energy. It's easy to do it right here. We ain't got to catch no planes. We don't need no passports. You can do it right here. Let's see it implemented here first. We can't even, if we can't do that, we not finna go to Africa and take over. That's not finna happen. That's just a pipe dream. If we can't aggregate wealth and build wealth right here in America, we just talking, man. That Snuggles, I'm not saying you wrong. I'm just telling you that's what I would say. I'm all about taking the money we can here as well, but if we talking about the black control top to bottom, that's not gonna happen here. I know, but shit, we don't have to. Do we need to control it from top to bottom to aggregate power, wealth, and influence where we can start controlling and being players in the game? Right now, we at the bottom. We got a long way to go up before we. All right, so if the average white person's worth $100,000 and we worth minus the family car, we worth $1,500. Shit, can we be worth $40,000 first? Then I might start thinking I might entertain going to Africa. But shit, we got a big ass chasm in between us. Like for every dollar we got in net worth, they got 25. So it's kind of like, that's why I talk to my two nephews and how they should be proud to be a black man, show accountability, excel in school, find multiple ways to generate money. Good point. And don't be afraid that you're a threat to the ignorant. That's right. Good point. What we got here? Okay, I live by I own someplace. I'd like to know about the $500 houses in Montgomery. Okay, fine. Email me, subzero3639@gmail.com. I might do a video about it. Give you the lady phone number. Shit, I might get her number out now. It's a public official. I might get her damn number out. I don't care. I done told a couple. I've told a couple of people this. Now, if you don't live in Montgomery, it probably wouldn't help you. But the best thing I would do if I was you would find a land bank. You got land banks all over this country where you can buy houses for pennies. People don't do it. You got hard money companies that don't even pull your credit that will give you money to do a rehab. This is America. It's so much ways to make money here. So many ways. It needs to be done where you are first. You can duplicate it. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm not against going to Africa and doing whatever. Can we a town somewhere first? Can we buy a town somewhere first? Facts. If you want to rebuild ever, make sure your home and community is on point first. Thank you, LAR. That's all I'm saying. We ain't got to run America. That's not what's necessary for us to go to Africa and do it. But damn, when your ass worth $4,000 or $2,000, and right now you mean to buy a plane ticket that is damn near worth more than your net worth just for you to go to Africa, and then you got to conduct business in a country. You get what I'm saying? Like that don't even make sense when we broke like we are. Black folks in America, we got a long way to go before we can jump on a plane to my going to Africa to do anything. That's just me. How do you feel about Jay Morrison? I mean, I want him to do what he need to do and stay off the activism. And I don't. I'm kind of iffy about his stuff because of his character and how he wants to. His ego is too big for me. Jay Morrison talking about watch me start the revolution. Like then no. You talking. First of all, you have delusions of grandeur. Not that you can't be a catalyst, but what I'm saying is you have delusions of grandeur. You think highly of yourself. You think you don't let this Tulsa real estate fund and went to his head, his ego, and he think he a rapper. He think he's a rapper that does real estate. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Building sustainable black wealth and families is not what people want to see here. Enemies are everywhere. Yeah, but I don't think them motherfuckers can stop us though, Richard. I really don't. I don't think they can stop us from doing what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop black folks from getting out here and investing and doing what. Ain't nobody stopping our ass, man. It's too much money out here, bro. I don't believe that. Now that's where I do. That's where I think. You know what I'm saying? We might disagree on that. You mind going into detail what a land bank is? A land bank is like what I just described. A land bank is basically where you go to the state and buy properties and they sell them. They own them. They do a tax deed on them and they got them on there. They've been on their books for a while. So what they try to do is some states they do it after 12 months. Some states they do it after 3 years. But it's a property where you go type it up, land bank, and just it's say Alabama's starting to do it. They got it in I think DC does it. I think they do it in Detroit. You can literally go buy land straight from people for hundreds of dollars. Fee simple title, which means it's free and clear. No nothing on it. And this nation building and wealth is cool, but if we can't defend ourselves properly, it's useless. Black Wall Street ran into yeah, brother, but when the last time you seen somebody burn a black city down? First of all, when was there a black city? That was 100 years ago. You talking about some stuff from 100 years ago. I'm not saying that we won't have issues. I'm not saying we don't have enemies. But if it would, like, I think we got to stop making white supremacy out to be the boogeyman that it is. It's a boogeyman, but it ain't so damn big that you can't get off your ass and do something and build some type of wealth. I don't think white folks finna come with torches and guns and drop dynamite from airplanes and blow our shit up no more. I don't believe that. Shoot me. You know what I'm saying? They did that 100 years ago, but that was commonplace back then. They used to do that shit all the time. Sundown towns is a big deal. Yeah, they did that everywhere. It's been almost 100 years since I seen somebody literally burn a city down over something like that. Over you just generating black wealth. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I think, you know, and besides, I mean, now that you saw it happen, they actually rebuilt Black Wall Street. See, let me go into this for a second. They actually rebuilt Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street ain't stopped just because they bombed it in 1921 or 122. What happened? Black folks stopped going to Black Wall Street, and that's what killed Black Wall Street. We killed Black Wall Street. We killed Auburn Avenue. We killed Haytop. These areas were still thriving under black dollars up until integration. It was not the bombs that did it. What you got, Michi? The more we support each other in business here, the better we can do elsewhere. Much of our issue is the lack of confidence and support of our own. We then have more to offer Africa. We then have, yeah, exactly. We got some stuff we have to fix, man. It's like trying to get in a relationship and you still got issues with the dude. You know what I'm saying? Good point. You made the same point. Jay ain't about to start no revolution. Jay Morrison got funny energy though. Yeah, he do. All right, mister. Who we got? So you telling me Anderson, Alabama, there's a land thing, and I can rehab a house? Yeah. Yep. Sure can. Give me a call. You got my number. You gonna see me in the class. You gonna see me in class tonight. You sure can. Damn sure can. My bro's on city council. I can get you on the phone with the lady right there in Montgomery. I know for a fact they sell houses for $500 in Montgomery. I think I forgot her name. I gotta look it up. But yeah, because I think Gunner Warrior, one of my subscribers, reached out to me and I gave him the number and he emailed me back and was like, damn, you wasn't lying. Damn sure did. Philly got bombed. Oh, you talking about that one time with the with the black mayor? Okay. And why did they do that? So you wait a minute. You still trying to bolster that if black people build a business, a viable economy? Right now, things are based on cloud technology. It ain't like it used to be where you can burn folks shit up and they out of business. You burn somebody's shit up now, you got all types of protections, bro. It ain't like that no more. You got insurance. Come on, man. Do you really believe that? I don't. I don't believe that. We laughing stock. They ain't worried about us right now. They ain't worried about us. Most white people will be delighted to see black people away from them and doing well. I think so too. I think, guys, if white people were so organized like y'all think they were, why the fuck would they let Silicon Valley go to the Asians? Can somebody answer me that question? I mean, it ain't like they run the country. Asians don't run the country. They not economically running America right now. So when I hear people talk that shit, I question it. Like, do you really honestly not know that they took Silicon Valley from their ass? A bunch of immigrants. How the hell they let that shit happen? They bitching about the damn H-1B visa right now. These motherfuckers coming over here, taking the jobs in Silicon Valley. What is it? Out of the top 10 largest companies in the world, most of them are based in Silicon Valley by foreigners, ran by, come on, man. Y'all got to educate yourselves on what's going on in business. Study business. Know what and I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just saying, know what's going on, because if you don't, what's going to happen, you're thinking about some stuff from 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Remember in Living Color? You remember in Living Color had that slave, and that slave had been stuck in the thing for a while, and he comes out in this modern day. And so he's like, what you doing? You can't talk. You better be careful. You can't talk to that white man like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, it was a joke because the guy wound up getting beat down for it. But, you know, I'm just making an analogy. Like, we can come out of that way of thinking. This is why I do think we make white supremacy a boogeyman, and we don't do what we need to do. If you do 30 minutes of homework a night and the Asian does 2 hours a night, the Asian will take over Silicon Valley, and you will still be talking about white supremacy because you do 30 minutes of homework a night, which means you don't know math, which means when you go to college, you major in sociology, psychology, criminal justice. That's what you major in, education, right? The damn Asian goes to school, he's majoring in electrical engineering, computer engineering, aerospace engineering. He's jumping out. He's going straight to Silicon Valley, $75,000, $90,000 first job straight out of college, 22 years old. You 22 years old working at Enterprise. Big difference. 10 years from now, his ass is in middle management making 200,000, and your ass is still at Enterprise making 50, because now you're the manager of your own location. See how that go? That's what happens with us. I see a lot of people in Montgomery, Alabama. That's their life. A lot of people that go to Alabama State, that went to Tuskegee, that's their life. They majored in psychology. They party, and that's what they do right now. They work for little companies that ain't got nothing to do with their major. What we got right here. I think brothers like you do an excellent job of teaching people how to succeed. Unfortunately, a lot of us will only listen to celebrities. True. Thank you. I take that compliment. I take it. But we do listen to celebrities. That's a fact. The Boule has the biggest downfall, even more so than white supremacy has been our biggest downfall. They chose to breed our so-called leaders. They chose and bred our so-called leaders. I don't even think the Boule is influential as we. I don't think they're as influential on black people as I think we think they are. I think black people, there's a lot of stuff we can do as black men and black women. Ain't got nothing to do with them. I got to take my ass to the gym in a second. So let me read these comments. What we got? I don't know if there's a land bank in Anniston. I never checked in Anniston, but I know there's one for the state of Alabama called, it's in Montgomery, but Montgomery's the capital. So I know it's in Montgomery for a fact. I don't know if they do it in Anniston yet, but they passed a law some years back. I'm here at WeWork, and if it wasn't for India, we'd be in trouble. Oh, WeWork, I saw them. They in trouble with that CEO they had to let go. I heard about WeWork. Heard about them. Gave the CEO had this ridiculous salary, bought a $70 million jet. It was ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? and all this dude had was an idea. We're not even in these circles, guys. See, that's what I'm saying. We think that's all racism and white supremacy, and they're only looking out for white people. Well, he was a small head, if I'm not mistaken, the CEO of WeWork, the one they let go. But that being said, I've seen people in certain spaces in tech get millions and millions and millions of dollars. I've been kind of looking at the tech space since the mid 90s when I was in college. My brother was out in Silicon Valley working for Oracle back then. So he used to call me all the time, telling me stories of people he knew that was getting millions of dollars for this tech company they were starting. And I was in tech during the .com era. That was when I was in college. So I was really excited because I thought that was what I was going to do. Then it all crashed. And then everybody kind of, so I remember that. See what we got here. How can I find out if it's a land bank? You might have to Google that. I have to Google that one. First it was slavery, then it was the Industrial Revolution. Now it's the automated revolution. So blacks have to start to learn to work on and create robots. Yep, go to school, major in robotics. Good point. Good point. Hopefully black Americans will have access to learn to wash trades. Guys, I think learning how to be an electrician or plumber or anything it's a golden opportunity. Learning how to do HVAC is a golden opportunity. I had a dude, he came in there in 2 hours and put my damn HVAC in. I gave his ass $600 and was happy to do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody snatched my damn unit out of that one time. This is on a house I was doing. Young cat, he went number like 22 years old. $600. In Montgomery, that's a week's pay, and a damn good week's pay. What if he lined a couple of them up, lined 5 or 6 of them up in a week, knock them out in 2 or 3 days? He walking out of there with $3,000 in a week for 20 hours worth of work. See what I'm saying? Hopefully black Americans will have access. Yeah. So that's it, man. Let me go. I got to go change clothes and get my ass in this gym so I can go hard. Y'all have a good day. Like I said, go check out the movie Queen and Slim. It's all right. You know what I'm saying? It got some real man bashing moments. I'm gonna just tell the truth, but it was all right movie. I'm gonna tell it. That's what I'm gonna say. It was an okay movie, but it had some moments that made it was kind of cringy with how they made the brother look, if you ask me. So of course, African American men you probably need a foreigner to play that role. You need somebody that ain't from America to play that role because it was belittling to black men. Now I get it. Now I get it. I get why they picked him and cast him. You know what I'm saying? I get that. Since that time has passed, show me one black enterprise that was on the level of Tulsa. Wait, what's that? Shaking Bake? Let me say this, brother. Listen. We didn't build Black Wall Street. We built Black Wall Street back, bro. You act like they just blew Black Wall Street up in 1921 and that was it. And they didn't come. They came within 2 years and built it back. Do I need to go into this? I thought everybody knew this. They built Black Wall Street back. And not only that, see, this is the real tragedy. Brother, do you honestly think that Tulsa was the only Black Wall Street in this country? All Black Wall Streets weren't destroyed, bro. You had bustling neighborhoods that were like Hayti, certain areas, Auburn Hills, which they said was the wealthiest black block in the world. Auburn Hills, Georgia, right here in downtown Atlanta. So black folks been doing excellence in this country for a long time. Integration fucked us. It ain't no damn. They didn't bomb every damn Black Wall Street in America. We stopped spending our dollars with black people. I can't believe. I thought that horse was dead. I thought we kind of killed that one. That's a fact. Is anybody up here think I'm wrong? Not everybody knows it. You know what? You're right. You're right, Supreme. I guess I take for granted. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't look at myself as some damn historian or very super knowledgeable. Half the stuff I say, I assume people know. I thought he knew that. I thought everybody knew that. And then when I said it before, I thought that was it. I was like, they built it back in a couple of years, right? And they chose not to come. It was good. Greenwood, Archer, and Pine was good. It was a nice, strong black neighborhood. It wasn't until integration that it went down like it did. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's right, man. Come on, holler at me, Rich. What we got? Black people don't realize that white people have their own issues. A lot of them aren't worried about us as much as we think. And that's what I think, bro. I don't mean white folks ain't studying our ass. Only a certain group of them invest in programs that hinder us. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard to stop a black man. Let me tell you something. Raise your hand. Put a 1 in the chat if you think white folks gonna come at you and stop you. Because do I think they can come and lie on me and lock my ass up? Yes, of course they could. But if you ask me, objectively speaking, so do you think that the white man is gonna stop you from achieving your dreams? What you think I'm gonna say? Hell no, he ain't gonna stop me from achieving my dreams. Somebody gonna stop me is me and the good Lord. That's what I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So that's real. Do you think blacks have love for others than self and kind? Do you think blacks have the love for others than I don't know what you mean by that one, Snuggles. I don't get it. Can anybody explain Jim Crow and redlining and how that affected the generation that you see now? I think redlining was an issue. I'm gonna be honest with you, dog. I don't really care about Jim Crow too tough. The only problem I have with Jim Crow is that we didn't get equal protection under the law. I don't have a problem with motherfuckers saying they don't want black dollars. Right now, if I want to eat dinner tonight and I'm black, you don't want my money? Okay. I'm taking my money straight to a black man. I'm gonna give it to a black man. I'm cool with that. I think we've been taught to think Jim Crow was such a evil thing. It actually helped our ass. The only thing that we did not get was equal protection under the law, which meant that people could do certain things to us to harm us. Or when the government had to distribute things based on our tax dollars, it had to be even. Equal protection. That's the only thing. I wanted it even. I didn't want you to say, no, let's put everybody in one pot. Nope. We good over here. Just even it up for us. Give us better schools. Give us better, back then it was better books, better whatever you was gonna give us. Make sure it's even. If we even got remotely close to even and had left it like it was, black folks would be, bro. You have black Silicon Valleys out here right now. I believe that. You have a Silicon Valley that's black ran. I believe it. I think when black people were targeted a lot of times economically in this country, there was a lot of economic warfare implemented against black people around the turn of the century. A lot of dirty, low-down things was done, and it was implemented and set up through the government. I think the government was used to cheat. People used the government to create and gain an unfair advantage in business. That's what I think really happened. If black folks had been left alone and the government had been actually forced, like Thurgood Marshall did a couple of times, forced them to actually be fair a couple of times, bro, think about it. We the most creative, flyest motherfuckers on the planet. We would actually run hip hop. Think about it. We would run hip hop. We would control the music industry. We would physically control the music industry. They robbed every black musician that ever came out. You see what I'm saying? And those black musicians couldn't, it's a lot of infrastructure that in certain places where black people could not get in because of certain white companies that owned it, and they had a unfair advantage. And when black people try to set their stuff up, a lot of black people were kicked down through government programs, a lot of different stuff where white people set up stuff to make it harder for a black company to do something because of the government. The government was the main company that really the main force of engine of oppression to black folks. I think people think the government was our friend. On a state and local level, bro, the government shitted on black folks so bad, even on a federal level many times. If you take the government, had they left the damn Freedmen's Bureau alone, Freedmen's Bank, even the Freedmen's Bureau and how they did the sharecroppers. How they did the sharecroppers, the Freedmen's Bureau, how they did the sharecroppers. Look at that. That was messed up. You know what I'm saying? My granddad was a sharecropper, man. I done heard some horror stories of how they did them. They gypped them. You work the whole year and they'll gyp you. Every time they'll change it and move the goalposts so that they can keep you, working for them, indebted to them. It was a big mess, man. And even through all that, we were still able to do stuff. If the government had given us equal protection under the law where you couldn't lynch me Guys, they killed a bunch of great black businessmen that would have did something. When the Tulsa riot happened, the guy that runs the fund out of Chicago, I forget his name, his granddad, man, I'm gonna actually put that video on my channel again about black business. But they had a guy who I'm gonna put it on my other channel, Sub-Zero 3639 Live. I'm gonna upload the video on that channel, and I want y'all to see about it. Right, it's the history of black business. Just watch it. This dude, what's his name? I forget his name, but they tried to blame him. He had the largest hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma. The largest hotel, black-owned hotel in the world. Black dude, right? They lied and said he started the Tulsa riot. He moved to Chicago to get away from it because they was gonna try to put the whole thing on him. But that's what I'm talking about. You got stuff like that going on. You know what I'm saying? Black people, we've been able to be excellent and do a lot of things, man, but we just needed the government to either protect us and give us, and then even when they desegregated, it was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn about a lunch counter with unseasoned food. Facts. Crack epidemic and gang banging hurt this generation. It did. It did. And crack epidemic is pretty much directly correlated with the government. If it was just people trying to get drugs, crack wouldn't have never been as big as it was. It got as big because the government helped it. I didn't know how they built it back. I didn't know they built it back. Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, my bad. I thought a lot of people knew that. You know how many things black Americans invented that are still in use today, then we don't get no money from? Yeah, the boxer. What's his name? What's the boxer? The guy that dated white women from the Great White Hope movie. That guy invented the screwdriver. He had the first patent on the screwdriver. Black dude. White monopolies. Yep, Patterson Car Company. Yeah, I heard about that. Remember A.G. Gaston. Yep. And white man won't take it, but I bet Chinese or take it all day long. Yep. Let me go, man. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta get this workout in. Y'all have a good day.